It's the hot spot. Tell them what you got. Working through the hot spot. Getting straight off the top.
Let's go ahead and get right into it. So what's the hot spot this week?
All right. Here's the question to you, man. And I want to hear your take on this matter. And I'm pretty sure you and I know I definitely have experience in this matter.
All right.
Can women and men just be friends?
Can they? Yes. Is it likely? Absolutely not. I'll just say from the woman to the man, yes. From a man to a woman, no. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know exactly why. It's just in my experience. It's funny. I actually had this conversation with my wife once. I said, you don't have any guy friends. And that's not me telling her, like, you can't. I'm just saying you don't. I don't care who any of your friends are. She said, what are you talking about? I can't believe, why would you say? I said, I bet you right now. And I've seen this. This is not my idea, but I've seen this played out on YouTube before and all these other channels. If you called any one of your single male friends right now and said, hey, me and my husband ain't working out, and I've been thinking about you this whole time. Why don't you come by and you and I can hook up tonight because I'm just feeling a kind of way. If you called up any one of your male friends, single, whatever, do you think they would say no to that? And she thought for a second. She's like,
It's funny how that works, right?
Right.
All of a sudden they go into that deep thought, like, okay, well, maybe.
I was like, all of your male friends are just guys that are waiting around for you to allow them access to you. From a male to a female, no, we can't just be friends. From a female to a male, absolutely. Because, we're just options to women.
I'm definitely on the other end when it comes down to, the male perspective towards the woman. I had a couple of girl as friends, but can I say that if a relationship, they actually started having genuine feelings for me? Well, I actually say, well, we're just friends, we are just buddies, we just, we're friends.
Yeah.
But
she's like my sister.
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely say that, there was a time I actually did have genuine feelings for them. And if they are watching, they know this already. I actually did have.
You want to drop any names?
No, I don't want to drop any names. I'm definitely that friend zone kind of guy, I guess you would say. I don't like it. Is one of my biggest rules now. It's like, I'm not getting friend zone no more.
Have any of the females that have put you in the friend zone earlier in life ever come back trying to start a relationship with you? You know what I mean?
No, they never.
That's actually a good thing.
That's another question. You know what? Let me stop the show real quick. Let me just get your opinion on this, because I've been having this problem. This is one of the girl ads friends that I'm talking, that I'm actually telling you about. One of them. One of them says that she doesn't date black guys.
Okay.
I understand it's a preference. Okay, but at one point, do you have to have a reason for that preference?
No,
it can just be so you get an excuse to just say it's a preference. You don't have to have a reason for that preference.
The reason I say The reason I say it's not a big deal is because I don't date white chicks.
Okay, but what's the reason why though?
They're just not. Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Don't you have to have a reason why of the preference?
You most likely have a reason. Whether you have to disclose that or not really. I don't have to explain if somebody asks, hey, how come you don't date white girls? I don't have to give the reason. I definitely have one. I just find most white women not very attractive.
But that's a reason though.
That's what I'm saying.
Them.
Like they most likely have a reason.
Why don't you just disclose that you don't find them attractive?
You can. Definitely you can. You start getting into the weeds when you're asking like the why question. Like why don't you find black guys attractive? Any answer she says is going to be considered racist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
right.
Kind of goes in my head. Well, why?
I mean,
I just think you have to have a reason. You don't get to just say, "Oh, well, it's just my preference." Okay, but why though?
Like I said, I think the desire to want to explain that, no matter what they say, it's going to be considered racist. Because I just prefer, because I'm white, I want to have a white husband, or I want to have a white this, I want to have a white child, a white this, white family, my whole family's white. All of that is sounding very racist.
I know, right?
But flip it though. You're a black guy, and you're like, you ever date a white girl? No, I'll never date a white girl. Why not? Well, because my mom's black, my family's black. I find only black women attractive, and I only want black women. Everybody's cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I just have to be cool with the white girl. I only want to date a white guy. Like, it lets me know if I was single. Okay. It lets me know where I stand. Like, I have no shot. So now I know. Now I move on to the next.
Right.
Then whatever her reason, let's say it was 100% racist. So what? Like, let her go be racist in her own little world. You know what I mean? Go do your thing over there, and I'll just deal with whatever else.
Okay, I did have genuine feelings for this girl, but of course, she just doesn't.
White girl?
Yeah, it's a white girl.
Okay.
And she doesn't. The funny thing is, she's more into, I guess, the Hispanic culture. She has Hispanic kids and stuff like that. But
so she just doesn't date. She exclusively doesn't date black guys.
Yeah.
She's not like she only dates white guys. She's just against black guys.
Yeah. At a certain point to me, I was like, racist.
That's different.
But that was pretty much what's going in my head a lot of times. I'm like, yo, I'm a good guy. I got my shit together. Every guy that you chase has shown themselves not being the guy for you. So maybe it's about time you actually, slid in my DMs or whatever. But
let it
but
go.
she, like I said, she only saw me as a friend. And I respected it, of course. I was like, that's pretty much who I am. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. You just see me as just a friend. That's fine.
She friend zoned you.
Yeah,
You're the platonic friend.
Exactly.
That's what that is.
You say you're a good friend, but it almost feels as if you just need me around to say, hey, I do have a black friend, and I have nothing against black people.
You're the check in the box.
Yeah.
Think of it like this. If you already know you're not going to get any emotion, you're not going to get any relationship out of her in terms of like, you're not going to get any physical, intimate relationship with her, right? At that point, you make the decision, do you continue just being friends with her, knowing it's not going to go, she might as well be a dude to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can either continue just being cool with her.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Are you good? Everything good? I'm good over here. You good over there? And just leave it at that. Or you can just cut yourself off completely from her. I mean, in the long run, it just sounds like it's better just to be cool with her.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the way I went about it. I just like, yo, totally respectable. Yeah, you do you. I mean, there was another one. Of course, she's married now and she's got full family and stuff like that. But at a certain point, I've distanced myself because it just looks weird, or to me, it's disrespectful knowing that her husband knows that she's talking to me in a sort of way. I don't want to come off disrespectful, but if I were to meet you or hang out with you, I definitely want your husband to be around.
Right. That'd be the right course of action on that. I don't really have a lot of female friends that I talk to. But if I did and they were married, I'm married too. So it's already kind of awkward, for me at least, because I don't really conversate with females like that. But it's already kind of awkward. I have to really pay attention to what's being said. There's this girl, I don't know, her back from school. Every couple years we'd call, talk, whatever. But after I got married, it got awkward. It was weird. It was like, okay, me and her have done stuff. We dated, nothing really big about that, broke up, but we remained close. Stuff happened over, a couple years later. We became, adults, and stuff has happened, right? So now I'm married and I'm talking with her, and it's like kind of weird because I don't want to go in that direction, because I'm not going to lie to my wife. Like, I tell my wife, like, yeah, that was my friend from school. We used to date.
As you should.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And well, when y'all dated, did y'all ever, like, yeah. Well, not when we dated, but
it gets that. It goes really that deep.
You might as well. You ain't no point in lying. So why is she calling you? I'm like, I just say hi. That's what I'm saying. It gets awkward. So I never want to guide it. And I'm not saying she ever did. I'm not saying I ever did. It's just I try to be as careful as possible.
Right.
And whatever we talk about, we can't talk about the old days because stuff happened in the old days.
Friends
it's
only.
about discipline. Right. Like, you might as well be a dude. You know what I mean? I have to see you as a guy. You're a woman. I acknowledge that, but I have to see you as a guy.
But do you think that men benefit anything from having a girl as a friend?
Her being a woman alone? No. I mean, if she has like a position that could benefit you somehow, yeah. I would think, now that I'm putting some more thought into it, I would think that it is a benefit in certain instances to have a female as a friend. If you're interested enough to try to get a perspective from a female, that's one thing I can think of that may be a benefit. it's just so it's just so random. It's
Yeah.
it's just so she'll tell you this thing on Monday, then on Tuesday it's like it's totally opposite, and then on Wednesday it's a mixture of the two, then on Thursday scratch all of it, and then on Friday you switch. You said on
It's too complicated, man.
there's a lot to gain. There's a lot of understandings that we as men just don't have when it comes to women. Okay, we're never going to.
We definitely have to know a woman in order to be with them.
Right.
But
Yeah.
women don't need to understand men.
Well, they kind of do, because they have to know what to look out for. They have to know, like, if a man says,
Well, does that really work out in their favor lately?
I mean, women need to know what men to listen to, what men not to listen to, namely fathers and brothers, because they're men,
Right.
and they want nothing from her. Generally speaking, fathers don't want anything from their daughters in that way,
Right.
if you know what I mean. So he has nothing to gain by lying to her.
Mm-hmm.
Most guys will lie to a female to get what they want from her, which is basically the draws, right? So whenever the woman, whatever, goes to the dad and says, "Dad, this guy over here, blah, 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 what do you think?" So, nah, I feel it. Nah, he ain't the one. Nah, just don't even worry about him. But most women don't listen to that. Most women listen to their feelings and their emotions.
Yeah.
But he makes me feel so like, okay.
Yeah, they really they are really controlled by their emotions. They're
guided by it.
They make their choices based on how they feel at the moment, or in a certain way. So they get so excited or so happy, and so like, oh, I'm so into. He's into me.
If I feel this way, it must be right. Unfortunately, a lot of guys nowadays are the same way now. If it feels good, it must be good.
Would you recommend, younger men or men to be friends with women?
Yeah.
I don't see the benefit in it anymore. I told you, all of a sudden I started putting my foot down. I'm like, yo, I'm just not having it anymore. I don't have a problem being your friend, but you won't take advantage of me anymore, because I see myself, you only invite me out because you want me to pay for things, or you're only calling me because now all of a sudden, I guess you broke up or we stopped talking to this one dude.
Right.
Now you need attention from me because I'm going to give you the man attention that you need.
Right.
And like I said, I just don't do it anymore.
If we're trying to build community, it can't just be a bunch of guys hanging out over here on this side and a bunch of women hanging out on that side.
Yes, you can.
Even though I'm not trying to sleep with any other woman, it would be nice to know that women can come to me for advice. Women come to me if they feel more comfortable, if they're in a bad situation, and just having a conversation with me might make them feel better. Me, I'm married, so I don't have nothing to gain from that in that way.
Yeah.
But even if I was single, it's like, even if a girl broke up with somebody and they called me up at like 2 a.m. crying, I'm going to make sure, hey, you all right? Everything good? I'm sorry to hear about what's going on. And in all honesty, if I was single, if she calls up, well, I just don't want to be alone tonight. Well, come on over. You ain't got to be alone tonight. But I mean,
but you're not going to get none, though. I mean,
I'm saying in the event she was trying to.
If she was, okay.
But even if she wasn't, it's like, do you want to be the guy to be like, hey, if you coming over, you going to let me smash? If not, don't come over. Do you want to be that guy? Or do you want to be the guy that, 20 years down the road, she'll be thinking back, so, when I was down and out, that dude took care of me. Like he did one nothing from me. He was there for me. Maybe you don't get nothing. In most
cases that does not happen.
In most cases today, it doesn't. And that's unfortunate. That's what I'm saying. A shift should happen.
That's definitely the nice guy, though. Well, women aren't attracted to the nice guy.
I'm saying, like, if you're knowing that you're not gonna, even if you don't get anything from her, you're fine with it.
Okay,
like you're not chasing her.
Right.
That's
I have that
about, right.
instances. I would definitely say that was not even too long ago. Maybe about a month ago. Like I said, of course, knowing the fact that she's only not into black guys.
Right.
But I was there for her. Hey, hit me up. If you want to talk, I'm here for you or whatever. Yeah. But I'm not. I already understand the standards you have.
Might as well be
I
a dude.
Respect. I am that dude. You can just talk to. What's up? What's up, bro? How you doing? You doing okay?
So you can have the same standard spread for men and women. You're not going to take advantage of me. You're not going to use me. You're not going to only come when it's convenient for you and have it come to me with expectations and you do nothing to. You can have that same for men and women, and it's totally fine.
Mhm.
Like it's totally legitimate and justified. In that case, I would say yeah, it's fine to have a female as a friend as long as you know what's going on. You're actually controlling your path.
It's
Now, if you're chasing some chick and you know you chasing her and she's making you jump through hoops and you know she ain't gonna give it up, and that's your main goal, then you're playing yourself.
I swear to God, I swear to God, I've always been that nice guy, and I always thought that playing that nice guy role will get me in there, get me in that same room with that girl. But the dark truth is that women aren't really generally attracted to that. You get to a point, I guess you do for so long, they just see you as that brother. They see you as that. They don't see you as the guy that's trying to get into your pants, or like, oh, well, he's always there to lean on. And, I'm like, I don't want to be that guy though, I think there's a time limit, or there's a countdown clock, or so, I guess you would say. You got to give yourself that. Like, look, if nothing's happening down to a certain this time period, you just got to say, okay, we're just friends,
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I think would be my recommendation to most men out there. Like, yo, it comes down to individual choice. It's all on you what you want to do with this woman. If you're really interested in her, you got to make it known that you're interested in her in the beginning, rather than just sitting there waiting for the vibe to hit or waiting for certain things to happen.
Right.
You got to make the first move, If she says, "Oh, it could happen later," no,
you never know.
I'm not here for that. Okay,
anything can happen.
Please do not waste my time.
If dedicating yourself to smashing whoever this girl is, if that's the goal of her whole existence in your world, if it's obviously not going to happen, you might as well just cut yourself off totally. Mm-hmm. Or, like I said, the possibility is always floating in the air. Just let it float there. It'll be there. You know what I mean? In the meantime, treat her like a dude. Like, what's up? You want to hang out? You want to play a game? You want to watch a movie? Cool. If you show a woman that you have no interest, they tend to want you more. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. And unfortunately, that is a game that is played. But when you're doing it unintentionally and it's just a natural reaction to you, it's more likely that she's going to become more attracted to you because you no longer have interest in her.
Women don't generally approach men, and I would say, I'm really bad at picking up cues. Like, a woman could probably be doing things.
Oh, women spit game, but they don't do it verbally.
They don't do it verbally, and I don't notice it a lot. Sometimes I have another person, she was interested in you, right? She was like trying to talk to you. I was like, no, because that's why she's just talking about going to the store. So I was giving her directions. I think I went to McDonald's one time, and the girl was laughing and giggling at me and asking me what I want. Mom was like, she was flirting with you. Right. I'm like, no, she was just asking me for my order.
Any last words from you on the topic of men and women being friends?
Like I said, I think men should definitely have some standards just as much as a woman have standards, of course, because it works vice versa. I think it's totally okay, but like I said, everybody has their standards and stuff like that, man.
I would say don't, if you're a woman out there and you're watching, don't have expectations on a man to treat you a certain way. If you're a man out there, don't have expectations for a woman to reciprocate your treatment of her. Both of those are going to lead in disappointment one way or another. Again, appreciate everybody for watching and listening to what we had to say. Please leave a comment down below. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and what am I forgetting? TikTok.
I
don't think we have TikTok.
Yeah, we don't have TikTok yet. We're still working on that.
I don't understand TikTok. All right, well, I'm Mixed.
I'm J0.
See you next time.
Laters.
It's the hot spot. Tell them what you got. Welcome to the hot spot. Get straight off the top.